Sam Drinks Beer, and this is a beer review. So, an exciting beer today. It comes from across the pond. From a pre-order that was arrived this week from Yup Beer. It's from Other Half. It is a can of their, you can barely read it actually, Vapor Ringz. The font doesn't really, it's hard to read. Anyway, it's a can of Vapor Ringz Imperial Oat Cream India Pale Ale at 8.4%, I think that says. And in a, well, it says a pint, an American pint, which is 473 mils, I believe. 16 fluid ounces. We don't use any of that over here, do we? So yeah, excited to have this. I've got 7 Other Half beers in total. I've had 2 of them so far. Yeah, been very, very good. So let's see how this one is. I'm interested. I don't think I've ever had an oat cream. Oh, smells good. Oat cream IPA before. So, new experience. So it pours light, sort of yellowy. Yeah. Sorry. So, yeah, sort of looks quite sort of thick. Yeah, got sort of like a ambery, sort of yellowy colour. It actually looks yellower from this side than it does on the camera. Must be the light in here. Smell, I'm getting pineapple. Smells beautiful actually. Bit of pineapple. Passion fruit maybe? Not sure what hops are in this. It doesn't actually say on the can. But it smells like might be a bit of citra. I do smell that sort of getting a bit sort of like citrusy sort of smell, a bit of mango, a bit of stone fruit, possibly some galaxy. I don't know. I'll can look that up after. But yeah, it smells glorious. Let's dive into this. Cheers. Ooh. There's a bitterness I wasn't expecting actually. A real sort of piney bitterness, but it's good. It's sort of like got a sort of citrusy, sharp bitterness. Yeah, a lot of citrus, like grapefruit, which I wasn't particularly getting grapefruit on the smell. But tons of grapefruit, bit of orange, perhaps a bit of lemonade-ness. Yeah, I definitely think there might be galaxy in this. Ooh, spilling it down myself now. The mouthfeel is superb. You know, the oats clearly sort of, you know, giving it a nice sort of thick, juicy body with sort of like a soft, delicate mouthfeel. Finish is superb as well. Right, really sort of lingering bitterness on the finish. Sharp bitterness with a bit of pine and hoppiness. Just sort of really does linger, like been a good sort of good while. I mean, been a bit of time, hasn't it, since I've last had a sip, and it's still there, like really prominently. leaves you wanting to go back in for another sip. Let's pour a bit more in. Yeah, I'm guessing it's sort of more on the sort of New England side of the spectrum, you know, with the haziness stuff, but there is some real sort of West Coasty sort of bitterness in there as well. Completely hides its 8.4%. It's a little, maybe a little bit of tingle on the way down, but I'd say it's dangerously drinkable. As the other half beers I've had so far prior to this were as well. I've had the double dry hopped hoe, which was phenomenal, like probably one of the best IPAs I've ever had, and I've also had a dipper, which was, I think it's green, double dry hop, green down to the socks, something like that. And that was good. That was really, really good. But I didn't think it was anything better than you know, it didn't. You know what I mean? If anything better we do in this country, you know, especially as America is still meant to be a few years ahead of us in the craft beer scene. I know we're catching up, particularly over the last few years. I mean, not like 10 years ago, they were about 20 years ahead of us, but we were quite late compared to the States getting into this sort of whole craft beer movement. We always just sort of had our more traditional styles, bitters and milds, and, you know, your real ale. I use that in inverted commas because I absolutely cannot stand that phrase. But yeah, you know, what I think the gap is being bridged, but yeah, I think the one thing I have noticed that it's far superior in these, you know, these other half beers to sort of the UK ones, beers in the UK. It's the mouthfeel. They've, you know, all three of them been thick, sort of full mouthfeels with, you know, the body. I don't. Yeah, there are some with good bodies in this country, but I think the bodies it's light years ahead. You know, obviously this has travelled from the States. You know, it's canned on the 31st of April, so it's not. You know, it's a month and a half old. It's not. It's still fairly fresh, and I think they've tasted that. And so, fair play to Yup for, you know, getting these across the pond in such sort of good condition, even if they did use APC as the courier. No, this is really good, really good. Yeah, a bit of pineapple now, which was on the smell coming through. It's so many different fruits. You know, it's got that sort of, you know, like pineapple bitterness. Actually, you know, the bitterness is sort of almost like, you know, tin pineapple. I know there's another famous, not famous, but there's quite a prominent beer YouTuber who often uses the description tin pineapple chunks. But he's mates with the beer hooligans, so let's not talk about him. Yeah. Yeah, this is really good. To rate it, mean, the flavour's spot on. So sort of unexpected bitterness. We've got tons of tropical fruits. You've got pineapple, grapefruit, orange. Touch of stone fruit. Like I said, I don't know the hops in this. I didn't research it beforehand. But I want to say Galaxy's in there. I think there's possibly a bit of Citra as well. But I think Galaxy's probably the most prominent hop in this. But like I said, I'm not sure which hops are in this. But I just have a feeling it's Galaxy. We're back to rating this. Flavour spot on. Mouthfeel spot on. It's complex. It's rich. Smells good. Looks good. It's a 5. It's bang on 5. It's fantastic, you know. I've been wanting to try more of these American imported beers for a while, so I did jump a bit at I was a bit drunk when I ordered these. They weren't cheap when I ordered these in April. I think it worked out about, they were getting on for they were around the 10 quid a can mark. So, I mean, I was slightly drunk when I ordered them, I'm not going to lie. I might not have ordered these if I was sober, to be honest, but I'm glad I did. No, I definitely want to. The only sort of US imports I've had previously have been really sort of, I had a couple of Equilibriums, and they were very good, but I didn't think they were anything like I said about the other half beer I had. I didn't think it was anything better than we're producing in this country. Well, that was my thought on Equilibrium. I've had a few Evil Twin beers. I'm not sure if they are imported or brewed at Brewdog or something, because they're quite easy to get hold of in this country. I've had Bourbon County as well by Goose Island. I know they're AB and Bev though, and shouldn't really mention them, but Bourbon County's a special beer, so that gets a pass. But I think that's about it all with US imports. So yeah, I'm pleased to be sort of sampling these other half beers from New York, and yeah, from what I've had so far, they've been a very high standard, and I'll definitely keep my eye out for more in future. But yeah, thanks for watching. This has been a review of other half Vapor Ringz Imperial Oat Cream India Pale Ale. If you like this video, you know what to do. Like, dislike, subscribe, please. I'm up to 26 now, I think. So, not quite going places, but it'd be nice if we could get to 100 maybe by the end of the year or something, but I think I've been ambitious there at the rate it's going up, but hey-oh. Yeah, follow me on Instagram, SamDrinksBeerYT, so close to 1,000 followers now. I might even hit it by the time this goes out. And add me on Untappd, SamDrinksBeer93, and you can see my reviews of the other half beers I drink. Yeah, cheers, catch you next time.